Hey, good evening, good evening. This is Spirit Journey. Yes, today is Monday, March 16, 2020, and the time is 9:39 p.m. Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing a live stream. I'm in bed now, just relaxing, just going over what I've done for today. Um, I was just going over, just looking at some videos, and a commercial came on that I thought was really interesting. Yes, hello viewers, hello. Yeah, you could just say hello in the chat room, so I know who's out there. Yeah, I want to just talk about some general stuff. Um, so I hope I remember all that I wanted to talk about. I put in the description. But yeah, the one of the things I want to discuss right now. Well, I was just watching a video, and a commercial, an advertisement for this new show came up. And boy, I think it's really, really something. Yes, hello viewers. Good evening. Yes, you're welcome to say hello in the chat room. I made sure I have my glasses on so I could read the comments. Yeah, I saw something really interesting just a moment ago. And I said, I gotta talk about this and the other stuff I did for the day. It's just going to show like where tomorrow is headed, and it kind of spooks me a little bit. And it's not even with the coronavirus, but it just goes to show you, society is going somewhere, and I just science fiction is now, in a nutshell, science fiction is now. And Hollywood, whether it be television or movies for online or in the movie theater, it's just getting really the it's called Upload, and it'll be coming very soon, if not even now. Um, it's a science fiction TV series, and part one is just starting now. And it opens up with this young dude. Um, he's in a hospital room, and um, he has like bruises all over. He was in a car accident, and it's supposed to be like a comedy, comedy thing. But what happens is you have a choice to upload your mind to a computer rather than just dying or something like that. And I find that frightening. Excuse me. I find that kind of frightening. And um, he decides at the last minute, yeah, I want to get uploaded, and he's in a virtual reality, and he meets people and everything. He meets other deceased people living in this. I think there was another movie something like this, but watching it, it's like I don't know. See, I think that Hollywood, they put it up like it's a make believe. I think it's really happening. Something like that. I mean, I know that sounds really weird for me to say that, but you know, Hollywood, in my opinion, they they put out feelers out there just to see how people will react. And they always, when they're introducing something new, they always try to make it seem really funny. But but is it, it's not funny. It's not funny to me because um, I think this is where the world is headed. they're bombarding us with so much tech out there. And you go outside and you see people um, just on their device. You can go to those coffee houses. No one is talking to anybody. No one. But people have their laptops, their smart devices, you know, and they just sit there in a room, so to speak. I mean, they're in the shop, but they're like, in essence, it's more like they're like boxed in via their smart device or their laptop, and they're in their own world, their own cyber world. And I don't like that. And you hear of all these sciences, how that, people are freezing their body parts because they think in the future they might find a cure or upload their brain into some computer, or what do you call it, those what do you call it, it's a cross between a human and a machine. Oh, a cyborg. Yeah. So I think this is something that it's really going to come about, if not if not already there. That's what I'm thinking. But it's just science is just moving forward so quickly now, and it's getting me kind of, I don't know, feeling funny. I don't know. I never used to be interested in science fiction. I said, oh, who wants to look at science fiction movies? It's not real. But now when I see things like that, like this in the media, I take I take it seriously. I take it very seriously. Remember a couple of months back last year, Alita, that movie about the cyborg. They had gotten, um, someone had died and they took the brain and they put it in some um, robot type of thing, and it has feelings and all that. And there's several movies like that. There's another one, oh, I forget the name, but it took place in Asia. Yeah, but yeah, it took place in Asia, and it was interesting. But I think it's really just to introduce the public for something that they're probably already doing, you know? So yeah, this movie that I just saw a moment ago is called Upload, and it's series one. It's the first show that they're going to have, and you have to. I'm pretty sure you have to pay on Amazon to see the movie. Um, I I I just feel really funny. It's just happen. Things are happening too fast for me right now, and I think with this coronavirus now. Now I stayed in all day. I didn't go out. I live in New York City, and let's see. I had an appointment today, and the appointment was with a lawyer, a legal aid lawyer that that the Veterans Administration organized for. I saw the service. I had an appointment at the VA hospital, and I saw this advertisement on the wall. I said, "Oh, why is that? What is that all about?" And they said, "Yeah, if you need to see a lawyer, blah blah blah." I said, "Yeah, I do." So I was to have the meeting at the VA hospital, but about a week or so ago, they contacted me. Oh, my mistake. I missed my appointment by mistake. I got the days confused and I had to reschedule. And they said at this time, we're no longer going to have it at the VA hospital, but it's going to be over the phone. Now I have all these documents and everything. How are you going to conduct business over a phone when you have to show them what you're referring to. But either way, I had this session today, and used my smartphone to take pictures of the documents and then email it to them. And so I hope they're able to um, get me the information. And yeah, someone owes me money, my landlord, and it's taken a while. So, but yeah, so this coronavirus, because of the growing number of people getting exposed to the virus, businesses are being encouraged to do business over the phone. And I'm really starting to feel that all this is by design or encouraged, and that it's forcing people away from other people and conducting business over the internet or phone. And I think it's all by design. That that's where they want you to go. Everything's going to be so detached. So like you go into a coffee house, everybody's detached. Everybody has their own drink, but they got their laptops, and they're not engaging with human beings. Just enough to place the order and, you know, go. And I think it's very sterile. And this movie that I just mentioned about the, what do you call it? The movie Upload, pertaining to people now, just before death, you have a choice whether you want to upload your mind to a computer, a virtual reality, and you choose what environment you want to be in. It's becoming that removed. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Yeah. So, yeah, I think everything is related to something else, you know? People are just being exposed to things so quickly. It's pushing so fast now. You can hardly catch up. I can hardly catch up what's going on. So, let's see what else. Yeah, so I had my meeting today with the over the phone with the lawyer, and hopefully they're able to uh, resolve the issue, and I get back my money. Um, yeah, that's what else. Oh, I'm trying to remember. Oh, okay, yes, I watched the um, the news all day today over YouTube, and let's see what's happening now in New York City. Well, they said at 8 p.m. New York time, New York City time, um, certain businesses will be closed indefinitely, at least for the initial 2 weeks. Yeah, they want to make sure, like the window period between, you know, the if you get exposed, it might take approximately 4 days for the symptoms to manifest. You know, the maximum amount of time, it could be as little as 2 days or as long as 2 weeks. So they want to give like a 2 week period of they want people to stay at home. Um, Certain businesses, uh, no more than 50 people, um, and they want people to stand like at least 6 feet apart from each other to promote distances. And let's see, things like I told you guys in past videos of this week, I mean last week, that, oh, what's that now? Oh, I'm sorry, my mind doesn't go. Um, oh yeah, th- that I joined a club. That's right. I joined a health club on the 2nd of March of this year, 2020. And they mentioned over social media that they're advising people now to close the gyms, the movie theaters, um, what else? Yeah, movie theaters, things like that. Um, but they want the banks open. They want supermarkets, things like that. They they want things to like that to be open. What else? Yeah, and if you can conduct business over the phone, do that. Yeah. So my gym, yeah, I when I was first getting some information earlier today, it was still morning. It was like late morning, and they were kind of discussing it. Whether things like gyms be open, and then they mentioned it again, and so I said, hey, uh, I have a feeling this thing is going to close, and I have a PT instructor for tomorrow. But how everything is, I said, maybe it might be better for me to just stay home. So I called them up. And I said, I called up earlier today to ask about it, but I have a session tomorrow. I think I'll postpone it. And he says, well, we're going to close anyhow at 8 o'clock today. So, don't worry about the sessions that you have. Yeah. You know what? Oh, hey, girl. Hi, Lynn. Hi, lady. Can't stay because lots of. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for letting me know. It's good to hear from you. Yeah. So I'll be. Yeah. So I hope I signed up for the gym on the 2nd of this month of March. I'm wondering, I mean, this is an investment. Um, I'd rather just get my money back. I signed like a 6-month contract. So if all this is going to be happening, um, I'd rather just break the contract now. So I'm not all that vested in it. You only had um, 9 sessions. So yeah, if I could, I would. But we'll see. We'll see. So at least 2 weeks, I think, for the gyms and things like that. They want them to close, and maybe it's for the better because the gym it's not a really big gym, but it's really musky at times, and so all that air, that stale air, you don't want to. It's not the best idea, I think. So I think they are making a good choice by keeping it closed right now. So the flu is directly affecting my life by it's limiting now um, my my going to certain establishments like the gym, um, going to a lawyer. I had to conduct business over the phone. Um, what else? What else? I can't think of anything else. Hmm. Yeah, I got my groceries. I went grocery shopping in case of a lockdown. What was that, about 2 days ago? Yeah, I'm glad I did. Yeah, it was about 2 days ago. I I bought 2 large bags of rice, brown rice, and a lot of dried beans. Yep, I'm gonna be making. It's inexpensive. And those people who are watching right now, and some of you may feel a little anxious about, what if you have a lockdown? Um, just stay calm, um, and use wisdom with everything, and get something inexpensive and something that's easy to cook. And rice and beans, it's almost a complete protein. When you combine the two, when you eat the two together, it's filling. And I have those little dogs. Let me show you them. Let's see. So that's one of them. See them? And my little girl. That's my little girl. See? That's Lily. Okay. Yeah, see, the whole crew is here. See, we're just relaxing. We're just chilling out all day today. I was watching the news all virtually all day, just to get some feed, just really see what's really going on. So yeah, so I have to be able to feed these guys, my little dogs. I have their regular dog food. It's really pricey, and if I can't get to the place where I get their dog food, it's about a mile away. Um, excuse me. So, and no, that wasn't a dry cough. No, I'm fine. It, yeah. So, um, yeah. So I have to be able to feed these little guys. So, and I got to feed myself. I eat a lot of produce, green veggies and everything. But I may not be, have access to the veggies and things like that. They might. What if they close some of the supermarkets? The small ones. Um, so I'm thinking, let me get. Excuse me. Let me get a big bag of rice and beans, and in case of a lockdown, I'll have my rice and beans. And I always showed you with one or two videos ago. This um, I bought like little like canned food like sardines, peanut butter for these guys also. Just something to get satiate them a little more. What else? Can't remember. I thought it was one other thing, but yeah. And then have some bottled water just to kind of tie me over. Um, yeah. So if I have to stay at home or if the weather gets bad, whatever, at least I have something just to kind of cover me over just a little bit, and so we don't get too exposed. What else? Oh, my guitar lessons. I called up the school. I signed up for guitar lessons a couple of weeks ago, about maybe 2.5, 3 weeks ago, and it just dawned on me they too might have to close down. Yeah, they have you in a little small little room. Um, yes, I did call them today. They said, well, as of now, it's still open, but it's very fluid, and they'll let us know if they have to close down. But yeah, like my instructor from last Saturday, he called in sick, and luckily they had another person there, and all of his customers called out also. So it's really something. So this coronavirus is affecting virtually, virtually everything in my life, especially those new things. The music lessons and the gym. Both of those got affected, and so I mean, I maybe sometimes I guess you gotta slow down a little bit before you pick up. I had no idea that this coronavirus was going to affect the states. I'm sorry. Sorry. So now my nose is itching. I think it's the dust and the topic. Sometimes you start to feel funny. But yeah, I'm feeling okay. Yeah, I just had a rest up today again. Yeah, I had my last workout at the gym Friday, and I'm to take Saturday and Sunday off. I needed it. But I'm recuperating today. I feel a little better. Yesterday I was still out of it. Yeah. What else? What else was I to talk about? I talked about the movie, the coronavirus, the gym. Was there something else I was talking? Oh, the lawyer. Yeah. I think I mentioned everything that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, everyone in my family. Oh, here's a helpful hint if you can't find. TP. Look for the campaigning TV section. Oh, I couldn't read it. I couldn't read that fast, but yeah. So when this finish uploads, I have to um, look again at your comments so I could yeah, because I value some of the information because each one teach one, and the world is getting smaller, and we have to let each other know what's going on. So yeah, I like to know what's going on. Yeah, it's so I don't know if anyone who has the coronavirus, and uh, that's good. Um, yeah, no one in my immediate family that I know of had contacted everything. I mean anything, and I have a family member that works in transit, and he said yesterday was like a ghost town. He works in the subway, and he said it was virtually empty. And Times Square area that was empty. So, yeah, I think what's happening a lot. We have the tourists in that area, and so they're not. So they're probably maybe staying in their hotels, and their city agencies here also. And I think they were told like half of the people, at minimum, to stay at home. To do their business remotely. You know, so they really want people to stay local. Stay in their home. Um, what else? Yeah, transportation. People aren't using transportation. Um, can't think of anything else. Anybody want to ask me any questions before I go as it pertains to coronavirus or this new um, movie over Amazon Prime Video called Upload, about virtual reality, and you have a choice if you're gonna die, whether you want to be uploaded to a computer or not. Yeah. Any question you have? Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I might go out for a walk tomorrow. I'm really curious how it's gonna look out there. Yeah. I have a yeah, it's I mean I went out there, what day was that? Saturday. And it was in the movie district, I'm not movie, the theater district. It was very empty, and there were several businesses that were closed. They said indefinitely. Yeah, yeah. It's really weird. It's really weird. It's I just can't believe all this is happening. But everybody just I guess it's a time and season for everything. And again, I really do think a lot of this stuff with the coronavirus is hyped up because the, how to say, because you have the regular flu, and the flu symptoms are more intense, and both the very young and the very old get affected. But it seems like with coronavirus, it's it's mostly people 50 and over that are being affected, you know. But it seems like the nation that has it the worst with an amount of people who are have passed away is China, and then what was that? Oh, I'm trying to remember. Oh, and Germany was one of the top ones also, and then France. After Germany is France. Yeah, it's something. Yeah, a lot in Asia, and then I think maybe Germany was number 4 on the list, and then France was the next one in line. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they showed a map. I was very surprised that the Caribbean is being affected. Yeah, they showed like a world map, but Russia hardly has any. It's really something. Russia has a very small number, if any, and large parts of Africa, many countries in Africa do not have it. It seems like the countries in Africa that has it are the ones that are associated with Britain or the U.S. Anglophone, former British colonies. So it's not a world event. I mean, it's not the whole world that has it, but I hope I hope they're able to contain it. And as I was saying, I think it's something that is being hyped up because they want to initiate the next phase of where they want humanity to be in. And so these movies are also influencing it and being like, how do you call it? Like an indoctrination. It's a program. They're programming us to feel anxious and scared. So, when you're anxious and scared, you tend to do certain things. But don't fall for the hype. But use wisdom in everything. If someone has it, just like a regular flu, you may not want to go outside. You stay at home. They said to wash their hands. I heard there was a bad mutation in Iran. Oh, thanks for sharing that, Lynn. Thank you. Mm. Yeah, wow, I didn't know about that. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. And I think this is all. And you know what else? I mean, um, you notice. I don't know whether any of you noticed this, but it seems like when there is a trial, a very high profile person, that it's always something that happens socially. Like, what's his name? Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein. Remember the day that he got sentenced to 23 years in jail? All media coverage ended on him. They didn't show it because they introduced this coronavirus. Remember? I couldn't believe it. I said, well, what happened to this guy? And no media. It's like kept it quiet. And last year was something like this also with Juicy Smollett. Remember him, the guy? He was on a TV series, and he called himself the gay Tupac, and he allegedly lied about being beat up by two white guys, and they were two Nigerian Americans. And then boom, what happened? They cut the media. Something else intercepted, and then you stopped hearing about them. Yeah, it was a few things going on this time last year. See that? It's a pattern. All this is like a pattern. Something is introduced, and then they don't. Let's say they don't want the person to, the media to really focus on them. Then they put something else in the media, and then the public goes on a frenzy. See that? Something is it's like a smoke screen, and yeah, it's real in the sense that people are getting sick with this flu-like symptoms, but it's no worse than the other viruses and stuff like that. See, that's what I'm getting at. It's always something's always being introduced to put your attention somewhere else. I don't know. Oh well. Well, I'm glad that I feel better after, my body's recuperating after being in the gym, working out. I was working out 5 days last week. And again, I'm all new with this. I want to try to get in shape and um, just to feel stronger in my body. Um, what else? Yeah, just I want this to be a safe and happy year for all of us. Yeah, yeah. So I can't think of anything else, but it's always fun to share my thoughts with you guys. And you know what else? I just remembered I haven't really been doing the meditation since I've started the gym workout. I've been so wiped out. Yeah, but yeah, I want to get back into the meditation because I found the experience very interesting, and I shared with you guys. I have a playlist of the things that I've seen during a meditation session, what I call visions and dreams. That's in a playlist that I have on my channel. Yeah, so um, it's really interesting, and I'm wondering whether I should do like a meditation session regarding this coronavirus. It'd be really interesting. I see that how the mind is that we are receptors. Our brain is only a receptor and a what do you call it? It sends out, it transmits and retrieves signals. That's all what the brain can do, what the mind can do. And so I think some people could really maybe tap into certain things and find out what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's also why I'm not as afraid as I used to be growing up. I was a very fearful person, very anxious. I sometimes could still be a little anxious. That's just my nature at times. But I think my tapping into other other realities in the sense of that what you see with your naked eyes is only part of reality. And those people, you have people who are really good with meditation and they could see and or experience other things outside of this. And so that is a comfort to me because it's more to life than this. And um, so things like religion, I'm no longer in religion. Um, I used to be a religious person. I used to be a born again Christian, but I had to really reevaluate my belief system as I began to be exposed to different things, and I was forced to challenge my paradigm system. I had to. You have to when you learn more, you have to adjust your belief system, right? You have to. So whatever it is, what life is. I mean, I guess with life, every day is a potential new learning, and as I told some of you, some of you who might have seen the video already, I had I was watching a movie this past December, and I saw an orb, this pretty white orb, and it's like blew my mind. It just lasted for a couple of seconds, maybe 6 seconds, and then it just vanished. And it's like telling me, like, wow, there are other things out there. I mean, my meditations is one thing, but I wasn't meditating when I saw the orb. I was just watching a paranormal movie. So I I I went online. I bought books on orbs. Yeah, I didn't know I was going to talk about this, but yeah, this is okay. I don't really agree with everything she talks about. I mean, she shares what she believes, and that's okay. But I also got something else that I'm reading. I'm like reading like 2 or 3 books at the same time. But this one I also started, and this one I like. This book I like. It looked like it's in reverse on the screen. In case if it's if it's reversed on the screen, I'll read it. It's called World of Archangels: How to Meet an Archangel, and it's by Sufyan Chaudhry. Yeah, see that? Yeah, this is good. This is, I like this. I like how he writes. Just simple and exciting. See, I like things like this. I never used to be into anything like this. New agey stuff. I couldn't care less, you know. But I had an experience. And because of that personal experience, I am forced to reevaluate what's going on. And I mean, I've never seen an archangel or anything like that. But it's I guess, for me it's like similar, whether it's an orb or, yeah, I want to find out all about this stuff. Yeah, and if people could really communicate with these spiritual stuff, they're just as much a part of our world. Let's say if you live in the ocean, you're going to have fish. And the deeper down in the ocean you go, you're going to find more exotic, what we call exotic sea life. You're going to think it's not real. And I used to, when I went to college, I took microbiology. And we had to look in a microscope for these minute animal life. And they don't look real. But I saw with my eyes in that microscope. This physical world that we see with our natural eyes is not everything. So there's the micro world, things that you need a microscope to see. There's sea life, and it's probably things up in the sky. But they don't want you. See, they don't want you to know. They don't want you to think. They want to do all the thinking for you. They even create a Bible. They create a Bible to program the way you see life. Yeah. The way that we see life is different from the way, let's say, in some so called third world country who does not have the Bible. They may have some other belief system, and so they're going to perceive reality differently than us. Yeah. And I think that's really something else. Yeah. So things like these viruses. I even someone even told me something recently. They told me that they got they were in bed resting, and they heard a voice whisper in his ear, and this person lives alone. Who was that voice? You know. So people, I mean, what could it be? See, it's all this thing, and I think these what you call the Masons and all these fraternities. See, they know certain things, and they don't want you to know. They're all hiding it, but then they're forcing this Bible or these so-called scriptures on you to control you. But behind the scenes, they're studying something else, and I think that's what all this warfare is all about. People trying to hold back information, and when one group is finding out about something, they want to take it away. Yeah, people have knowledge. Yeah, people like look at in World War II. What was going on in World War II? You had the Nazi regime And they had people on the side who were like people who meditated for a living. And they tapped into another dimension and they were given downloads of information, technologies, spacecrafts, right? And it's all documented. And then some of them left. Some of them they allegedly build stuff and left the planet. People are getting information. Just like we have the television or the radio for news, where some people can tap into somewhere else and download information from other dimensions. People, I guess if you maybe willing to see things, maybe they come. I don't know why um, that orb came to me. I mean, I've been, I watched the movies, the two movies I was watching at the time. I've seen them before, and I've watched them before, and I was getting I'm an emotional viewer. So certain topics, I'm more sensitive, and I cry easily. That's just me now. So I don't know why it came then, but it came. How is that these things are able to communicate? How do they know how you feel? Where are they? Where are they at the time for them to even know that I might be a little sad or crying, whatever? Somehow these energies or whatever. No. Let me know if any of you have ever experienced something like that. Have any of you ever seen any orbs, or let's say you got upset about something and then you get a visitation? Yeah, I've met another person who had a visitation and it forewarned them about an event that was to occur. They didn't want to be specific what the event was. And they wanted, hey, you got to get stocked up on water. And so she got maybe 1 or 2 gallons. She says, girl, you you didn't hear me right. Start stocking up on a lot of water. And then this hurricane thing happened. Yeah, and this flooding. They were flooded out. And she was able to, she got the water before the hurricane, and she was able to use the water to give to neighbors, which was really nice. So yeah, you have beings or like this person said that it was an angel, a big winged. No, no, wait a minute. One was her father that passed away, and the other one was a winged angel. People are seeing things. It's really interesting. Paranormal is an interesting event. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's encouraging me. And I guess now is the time to find out. It's the time to know what's going on. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not here to change your belief system, but to challenge your belief system and find out why you believe what you believe in. That's what I'm saying. So, I can't think of anything else, but I'm glad that you guys stayed on this long. And yeah, this is a spirit journey. I'm on my journey and I'm trying to expand my understanding. I am far from perfect, but I'm here and I'm doing the best that I can. And I encourage you all to be your own personal best. And please stay safe during this coronavirus outbreak. Okay? Take care. And thank you again for sharing this live stream with me. Until next time soon, I hope. Bye bye.